I don't know why it zooms in so much.
Hey guys, welcome to the weekly live stream number 1. The lens is over there. I don't know why I'm looking over here. Still trying to get the setup right. I saw Steven commented in there. I don't know if you're here yet because I know we were starting way earlier than what I said. I originally said 10 o'clock. I don't know what the time zone is for everyone else. We have a few different topics we're going to be talking about today. That's kind of going to be the theme of these live streams. We're going to pick a few different topics. Some of us, you might be here, you might not be here in some of these live streams. And we are just going to kind of go through those and also read your comments as we go. But this video will be posted afterwards. So one of the topics I wanted to talk about today, whoever just joined, how you doing? One of the topics we wanted to talk about was kind of one I made up myself. It was about whether Kong could have won in Godzilla vs. Kong. Not only could he physically have killed Godzilla, and the story-wise, could Kong have won? Darth Sidious, what's going on? Glad to see you in here. Glad to see you are in here, even though I changed the time to way earlier. But I guess, what are your thoughts on, do you think Kong logistically could have won in Godzilla vs. Kong, both like physically and story-wise?
I mean, obviously we saw that Kong could hang with Godzilla in a lot of different moments. The fact that he could hang with him in the water as good as he did really told me that he had much more capability to be Godzilla than I had originally thought. Obviously, I had picked Kong to win before the movie started, and when it
King Kong's in the chat.
I mean, like even going into it, I thought he was going to win, especially when I was watching the movie for the first time. He had lost the first battle on the, I guess, battleship, and then I figured they were going to have him win in the second fight, which they did give him the second round. I just think that if he would have strategically used the axe he had and not have left that in the ground, like everyone's made the comment of, like during the movie and also in the comments here, I think he easily could have beat Godzilla because that axe really was super powerful and definitely did some damage to Godzilla, which not many things have done any damage to Godzilla outside of King Ghidorah. Really, that's it. I mean,
that's true.
That's
Really,
the only thing that's really
really
done. And yeah, that's the only damage he's really taken. So I definitely think Kong could have won, and it would have made sense in the movie because there's no way Kong could have taken on Mechagodzilla by himself, which would have made perfect sense to have Godzilla come back and then they team up and they defeat Mechagodzilla. But they just went ahead and went with the route of saying Godzilla really is the king of the monsters still, and he definitely went into full rage mode there after taking a shot in the face with a axe, which I guess was from one of his ancestors' scales or spikes on his back.
Yeah. So Christian, what's going on? King Kong is in the chat. So how you doing, Kong? Hopefully you healed up in the Mechagodzilla fight. Darth Sidious, yes he could. Stephen Farrow, yeah, probably. Yeah, so basically I think Kong definitely, that axe, I think you saw it stab through Godzilla in that one scene, which that's something I've noticed watching it back. I know we still want to see it in theaters again. There's that one scene where Kong punches Godzilla after Godzilla's already stepped on his chest. I didn't notice it until like the 5th time I watched it on HBO Max, that Kong punches the wound on his leg. So obviously the axe did a lot of damage. If he lands a hit on Godzilla's head, I mean, does that kill Godzilla right away? I mean, it's hard to tell. Oh, JB is in chat. But, I mean, I think it could have. I don't know about one hit. I mean, with how easily it went through Godzilla's leg, it was supercharged at that time, though. So that is worth noting. That it was able to go through his leg supercharged. With how easily it was able to go through Mechagodzilla, I think he could have won. But story-wise, I am just still convinced that he couldn't have. Because for some reason, I just think that, obviously we want to see Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. It was an awesome fight. I just think story-wise, I think that they were just going to do that the whole time. I just don't know if they really had the guts to kill off Godzilla. I thought Godzilla was going to win the whole time, but to have Kong be able to slice up Godzilla enough, I don't know. I don't know if story-wise if they were going to be able to do it. And I don't think the whole time, I just don't know if they were going to do it the whole time. But
I'm not saying they would have killed him. I think they would have just had a knockout hit. I mean, there's no way that they were going to kill either one of them. And it's very good news. Kind of a quick side note. It seems like we will be getting a sequel to this movie. At least maybe not a sequel, but at least another addition to this universe, which would be the 5th movie, because now we've had Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then now Godzilla vs. Kong. So it would be the 5th edition of the universe. And I mean, it's done very great in the box office. It's probably the best, or I guess the most successful movie since this whole situation started back in last March. So without a doubt, this universe needs to keep going. The fan base is there, and I would be very heartbroken if this is the end of this universe because of the contract issues with the rights to Godzilla and the different monsters. I mean, there's just the fact that we even created the behemoth character is one that I think we should take advantage of more because that has no contract situations anywhere else. That's one that was created from one of the directors. So I definitely think that I'd like to see more of this. Obviously, I'd like to see like the main traditional monsters as well, Godzilla, Kong. There's like so many names of things we've not even seen yet, but a monster like Behemoth was one that I was really hoping to see a lot of action from this last movie, and that's probably why it didn't get a 10 out of 10 for me because I wanted to see something from him.
Yeah,
we didn't get anything except maybe a quick image of him in the little intro, which said he was defeated, which was like they better not say he's dead, but defeated means he can still be alive.
It's pretty clear that defeated just meant it didn't mean killed because that's actually the thing with Behemoth in the prequel book. It means that he basically it's the whoever bound him. Sometimes it's ones they killed like the Mutos, but it's mostly just who bound him.
Yeah, that's a good point, Darth Sidious, too, about how durable Godzilla is. I mean, just think about how many things he's taken. Like, there's getting hit from the battleships and the different Air Force vehicle, whatever, planes that shot things at him. Like, he bounces off him like nothing. I mean, just think about how powerful.
Godzilla hits.
Just think about how powerful just one missile strike would be to anything. And the fact that it doesn't do anything to him, and then you have the oxygen destroyer, which has been dropped on him now twice, I believe. At least once, I know, in the first one when he was fighting King Ghidorah, and just how much stuff he's taken, and just how durable he is. I mean, how many times have you seen Godzilla bleed? That was the first time I'd seen him bleed, honestly, was
I think he
when
bleeds.
that axe went into his leg. I don't remember anything like that, and anything before that at all.
Well, the Mutos hit his gills, which is something I didn't notice forever.
I didn't see any blood.
And you have to, like, slow it down, and, like, through pictures I've seen him actually bleed in that scene. But I guess, was that what you just mentioned with definitely not one shot. It would take a few swings, but when you think about how powerful his skin is, it's crazy. Yeah, he can tank asteroids and nukes. I mean, he does eat nukes for breakfast. So, but I mean, yeah, obviously the spines is from the Godzilla.
It's been dropped out of outer space.
Yeah,
and turned into an asteroid and hit the ground.
But in Kong's defense, I mean, Kong did actually fall out of Hollow Earth, which is it's lit in there because of the volcano.
He pulled a Doctor Strange. He pulled a Doctor Strange. Was falling for like how long there?
Yeah, but we also have a question. If anyone can ask, someone was questioning me about how it's like light in the Hollow Earth, and I said it was because of the volcano. I mean, I think that's logical.
If this was a video, I was gonna say here's someone's thoughts on that.
No, because I think it could be the volcano. A lot of different glowy rocks is how it's.
It was the volcano lights.
Yeah, yeah. Darth Sidious, he also bleed against the Mutos. Yeah, they hit his gills in that scene in particular. Again, and so basically the next topic we wanted to get to is the prequel or the kind of, what do you call it? The graphic novel book. There's two of them. There's one called Godzilla Dominion. Might not be the exact name. And that's where I had on the thumbnail of this video where Behemoth gets knocked out. And this is something I watched from, I believe, Dangerville, which is a great channel, talking about it and how basically Behemoth runs into another kind of tentacle monster and they fight. It rips off Behemoth's tusk and then knocks him out cold. And then basically is dragging Behemoth into the ocean and then Godzilla steps in.
When did this take? Did this take place after King of the Monsters?
I believe it took place just, after that. Yeah, because basically...
Because he bowed down to him, sort of, in Godzilla King of the Monsters at the end.
Well, because the way it's depicted, at least by Dangerville or whatever channel I saw it from, is Godzilla was going around the Earth, checking up on each Titan to make sure they were, like, good. So he walks by where Behemoth was, and the humans there apparently made, like, a house for him. Like a big house.
Throne?
Yeah, like, kind of like a little nest type thing in the forest, because he was helping, like, the forest grow and stuff. So he walks by, and that kind of invasive species or whatever, it's a different Titan that I guess came out, and he realized how good Behemoth was doing for everything around him, and then decides to just make the thing bow and then go away. So he doesn't actually kill the thing, but Behemoth did get knocked out cold. So that's kind of something that we didn't really know about Behemoth's fighting, but it is in the lore that he did lose that fight, which I still think that I wouldn't count out Behemoth completely just because of that. I think just because he loses one fight like that and loses a tusk, it definitely doesn't look good on his record or how good of a fighter he is. But I still think, give him a different fight, he could still do good in the battle. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we haven't seen a lot from him. He loses one battle, but everyone loses a battle every once in a while. So
yeah,
Behemoth isn't. I don't think
Godzilla is kind of undefeated for the most part. Well, I guess if you're going by rounds of not just like one matchup, then I guess you could say he's undefeated, but I guess he has taken a couple losses then.
Yeah.
I think King Ghidorah kind of beat him in that one fight where he flew off. He at least won that battle, and he also lost, I guess, definitely lost a round to Kong, and then probably lost, I'd say, maybe 2 rounds to King Ghidorah, honestly.
Yeah, that's because he beat him in the
needed
water.
to be recharged a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, King Ghidorah flew away that first time, so you got to give that to Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then the last one, Godzilla was supercharged. King Ghidorah kind of cheated, though, because he absorbed the electric grid.
They
were both overpowered.
Godzilla also flopped in the one Antarctica battle.
Yeah.
And flew into a abyss for no reason at all.
Yeah. But JBA says, is Mechagodzilla the most powerful monster of all time now? And Steve Farrow says, not even close.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, okay, so...
He's pretty powerful, I mean...
Mechagodzilla is definitely really powerful. I think a lot of people say that Godzilla was tired. Obviously, he did a lot. I mean, Godzilla was flying around.
Throwing Godzilla around like a sack of potatoes.
I mean, the fashion in which he was throwing around Godzilla was pretty crazy. I mean, the amount of weapons he was able to use, how quickly he was able to throw him around, and the atomic breath meeting, and I already said this in that one video that I don't think it mattered if Godzilla was 100% or not. I think Mechagodzilla was definitely winning that battle. And his tail, I mean
he
really
barely lost to both Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they were both tired, but still, he was fighting Godzilla, Kong, and the kids in the control room, damaged his equipment, made the tail not work. He was still about to shoot the the proton at Kong, even in that last moment, where he was basically completely dangerous.
I would agree with Darcidius, too, with what he said. Like, maybe... Obviously, I do think Burning Godzilla is more powerful because he just shreds everything in his path. I mean, there's nothing that can defeat that, in my mind. I mean, in the MonsterVerse, even out of the MonsterVerse, I mean, from what I saw in the footage I saw and the powers that I saw in that battle with Mechagodzilla, I mean, what more can you ask for? He had all the advantages of, like, the technology. He had... what color beam was his? Red beam. He had like almost like a Jaeger with the hands that could shoot things. We had like
supercharged hands.
He used the energy and like what's Alex's line? He felt the energy and he knocked. I mean, when you're able to knock Godzilla back and throw Godzilla into 4 buildings in a row, I mean, you're pretty powerful. I mean, Godzilla is the king of the monsters. If Godzilla's not the most powerful kaiju or monster out there, then you have to say Mechagodzilla from what happened in that scene. But maybe if you're looking at monsters, just maybe because they're not even on screen that we haven't seen yet, then maybe you can make an argument there. But as far as what we've seen in the MonsterVerse in any movie, I'm pretty hard pressed to find anything more powerful than Mechagodzilla outside of Burning Godzilla, and then maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's at least just my opinion from seeing that.
Yeah, I think. I mean. Even that fight I had against King Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla, it was obviously really close because they're both really powerful. I couldn't really pick that fight easily though, and I think even Burning Godzilla, I don't know if I'd really count that automatically to Burning Godzilla if Mechagodzilla and them fought because, I mean, that pulse is really powerful, but we don't really know. I mean, that Mechagodzilla was able to take a lot of hits from the supercharged axe, which is arguably the most powerful weapon we've ever seen. So I don't know. I mean, if he survives. It's hard to say because I would think maybe a few pulses would probably do it because it is extremely hot. But that Mechagodzilla suit is something else. I mean, it has some crazy abilities, and with how tough it was, being able to take all those hits. I mean, it was getting chopped in half, but I don't know. I don't think I could easily give.
They also had the shortest system.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the kids dropping dumping that guy's drink into the machine, I mean, obviously. I mean, that's one of our complaints. But if that wasn't for that, would they even beat him at all?
I mean,
after that happened, then they started to defeat him. So.
Yeah, no, the tail was gonna. I mean, that tail, it was getting closer to Kong's face, and if that tail got to Kong's face, it shut
it down. I mean,
Kong was
he really won that fight. If it wasn't for that.
Yeah, I mean, he won that fight. They were both tired, like I said. They both did a lot of stuff. I mean, you can't really use being tired as an excuse, but they were doing a lot of stuff. They were fighting. Kong just fought the war bats. Godzilla was fighting everyone.
That is 270 million degrees.
That's true. Yeah, that is.
If you have a wave of that, then you're.
I mean, yeah. I think, but Mechagodzilla is obviously
smiling when that's happening.
Mechagodzilla is obviously something else. There. I mean, it was designed to beat Godzilla. Now, whether it was designed to beat Burning Godzilla is very debatable because I don't think it was. But
it looks like Darth Sidious also said, well, one of the writers did say that if Godzilla wasn't tired, he would have gone close to Mechagodzilla.
yeah, which I've seen. I still need to look up a lot of these interviews because I keep hearing about these interviews where
I know, but this excuse of him being tired.
Okay.
How long did they fight for?
Yeah, I don't think Godzilla really.
30 minutes? I don't know. It might have been longer than that, but still, Godzilla's fought a lot of battles in his time, and I'm not gonna go. Oh, he was tired. I'm gonna pull a Skip Bayless when people talk about. I'm not the biggest Skip Bayless fan. When he gets on people that are making excuses for Kobe Bryant or LeBron James, he's always like, he doesn't have enough help. He was like the weakest possible.
Bill Brown into that.
Making fun of LeBron.
I mean, basically, I think Godzilla definitely was. There's no doubt. I mean, he just fought Kong, and he did drill through the Hollow Earth. So I'm definitely not ignoring that. That's something that is crazy and would use a lot of energy and a lot of power to do that. And I think he did fight Kong for a little bit and was getting punched around. But through all the stuff Godzilla's been through, I mean, I'd like to think he still had most of his energy there. I mean, he did fight Kong on multiple occasions, but we're talking about a creature that swims across the entire ocean, like, just on a normal day. So Godzilla's cardio has got to be pretty good. I mean, he swims across an entire Earth in one day, just circumnavigating it's all the time. And obviously it's on land, so it's different. And he did go berserker mode, which I would imagine he was using maximum energy there, scratching and stomping. And I was saying, I'm going to do a matchup soon. If Godzilla went into Godzilla 2014 with that kind of attitude, I mean, those Mutos would be screwed. I mean, can you imagine him doing that with the female Muto and male Muto? I mean, they would be done. I mean, like, stomping and scratching. And with that ferocity, the Mutos would just be effed. It wouldn't even be close. So that's something that I will do a matchup soon with that, because that is very interesting. But, Mechagodzilla.
Destroyer, I just haven't seen Destroyer yet in a MonsterVerse movie yet. But I do agree. I mean, was that the one with the axis for arms?
It's Destroyers has the wings and then the horn on the front.
Oh.
And that's the one I thought they were teasing for the next one. But
yeah, they still need to have an end credit scene for that.
Yeah, and then Monster Madness 2, King Kong says, we did Monster Madness 2, or 2021. The third one is coming next year. I said we might do something at the end of this year, maybe, but that is usually a once-a-year thing because of how much work goes into that. But I'm not going to count anything out, because maybe I'll feel encouraged.
There's definitely a Monster Madness 3.
Yeah. No, I said, like at the same time next year, probably, unless... I've seen people wanting to reveal.
That's a good point, though, Darth Sidious, too, about that. I mean, Godzilla did blow a hole all the way through the Earth. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And it looks like he said that he swam in King of the Monsters 363,949,000. Wait. It looks like he was able to swim 3,639,491 kilometers in King of the Monsters, which that's a lot of swimming.
You've got a good.
And then after all that, he fights King Ghidorah. That's pretty ridiculous.
Well, yeah, because right when King Ghidorah flies off, Godzilla starts booking it. I mean, how fast did he swim by the boat in King of the Monsters too?
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? What was I talking about?
Just the monsters, the Destroyer being teased for the next one.
Yeah, well. Yeah, Godzilla, I mean, obviously, being able to swim that far is definitely impressive, and that just shows why. With him being able to swim that far means that he's probably good for fighting a long time. I mean, he was fighting against the Mutos, and mainly, he stopped in that fight just because he was getting killed. They were hitting his gills. Ghidorah, he seemed pretty mad there because it's his rival, but then Kong, he was just a new level of mad. Even though, that was the thing, when I saw Godzilla drilling into the Earth in the movie, I still thought to myself, like, he started drilling into the Earth, I was thinking, what is he doing? Is he gonna, gonna make the vibrations, Kong feel the vibrations, but then when it actually went all the way through, that was a crazy moment. And people were saying what would happen if he just drilled all the way through. I don't know if that would destroy the Earth or not. People made some funny comments, though, about how they would get rid of that hole, because now, like, Hollow Earth and Earth are completely connected now. Anything can just crawl through there.
That definitely makes too much sense there.
So they said like
it would have been cool. They could have done a different explanation for that, because then the whole point of them getting there was going through a portal. But if you could just dug your way in there, then Why not just do that?
Well, it's got to throw something off. That's why people were saying how the Titans are going to probably try to like fix the hole.
I guess the one good thing is that now they can. It's an easier way for humans to get in there besides having to throw a kaiju in there to get through there in the first place. They said every time they try to go through there without a kaiju, they got destroyed.
Yeah.
So now
it got inverted.
At least that gives a much easier way to say how humans can get down there, and we can like have a better connection there without having to go through what they went through to get down in the first place. Because remember, Kong freaking flying his way down that tunnel.
Maybe I have a second.
He thought his family. When they said when the girl told him that he thought their family could be down there. What if he started running the opposite way? He starts to run towards the freaking snow and.
Well, yeah, they weren't gonna do anything.
They were just pulling back.
Kong gets his video games buried in the hole. Get out of the hole. All right, but they were joking that Behemoth just.
Never gonna do it.
Yeah, Kong just. People were saying Behemoth. They could just have the Titans just like crap in the hole and fill it. I mean, that might.
Yeah, well, there's some good comments here by. Well, for Stephen Farrow, is that a matchup I guess you could do possibly going forward?
Yeah, well, I think they're kind of mentioning. Oh, there's actually a wider angle on the stream than this. I didn't realize that. See how it's wider? I don't know why it's crooked. I have no idea why it's crooked.
But that's a matchup. I mean, Kenny might do that matchup going forward, maybe, Stephen. But Jamar Brown and King say they're mentioning how the next movie might be a Destroy All Monsters movie, which I know I've heard that as a past one that was part of the Japanese films, and I've definitely heard of that before. But no, I don't know if that would be a great finale. I would agree, but in my mind, I don't want this universe to ever end. So, I mean, I definitely think that could be possibly one of the future ones, maybe the next one. But in my opinion, I wouldn't want it to be the last one. But I do agree, it would for sure be a good finale type film. It's saying Destroy All Monsters, which I'm assuming is going to be throwing in a lot of different kaiju and monsters from the universe into one movie. So I definitely think that movie will be. We probably will have it at some point because so far they've done the same name movies. Like King of the Monsters was already a film before. Godzilla vs. Kong was already a film before. So they're definitely trying to keep not the same path, but they're calling back a lot of past movies. So
I heard they were doing maybe the Kong movies, just like
JMR
just said, Son of Kong.
That's the one I thought was gonna be next. I heard that one before recently.
Yeah, I'm interested in though because I've heard some different rumors about what they do. Whether Kong would just find his parents in Hollow Earth is one thing I've heard, and it's very interesting because if he was able to go to another part of Hollow Earth and find a bunch of Kongs, that would be awesome in my opinion. I think that'd be so cool to see a lot of different Kongs. You obviously need to have the main one. If you found like a whole family and to see a whole family of Kongs battling a different monster, that would be really, really cool. And that would leave a lot of doors open for them to do the backstory on the Godzillas versus Kongs war that apparently happened. I mean, I've heard people say it didn't, then it did. But in the movie, they do mention they had a war. Now, whether that war was just between one Godzilla and one Kong, I don't know. But it made it sound like it was multiple. Because that'd be crazy to see, kind of like the Alien versus Predator battle where you see all the things going at each other. To see a bunch of Kongs and Godzillas fighting each other on screen in some flashback, I'd be fine with that just being a flashback. Because that'd be crazy to see Godzillas and Kongs falling in battle.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely why I love this universe so much. I mean, obviously I love the monster fights and like that action, how good the action scenes are. But it's just the limitless movies. I mean, there's just endless possibilities. I mean, they can take this into space. There's just so many different kaiju and monsters, and not just that, but there's also so many additions to the same characters. Like there's Godzilla, there's Mechagodzilla, there's King Ghidorah, there's Mecha King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah's outside.
There's just so many different things that you can just build from, and there's just so many. The closest strike of lightning is 3 miles away from here.
Goodness, so King Ghidorah is closing in on us right now. There's a lightning storm.
Except on the radar, though, it doesn't say who it is till all of a sudden it pops up randomly on their perfectly perfect technology. Like it says hurricanes don't move like that. And it just shows up randomly.
Yeah, so the power goes out or we lose connection. It's because of the lightning storm.
That's crazy, Stephen Farrow. You just mentioned lightning powers, and there's lightning strikes happening close to our house.
Yeah, that's weird.
But that would be pretty cool if Kong had lightning powers. Which in my mind, I thought they were really going to go that route with the axe. I mean, obviously, they didn't really do that, but in my mind, I was picturing a scene where like he was going to go like this, like Thor, and get lightning, because it was like going to be a powerful stone or something like that, and get the lightning into it, and then just like and throw the lightning at him. I would have been totally all in for that, but they obviously didn't go that route yet. But in this universe, anything's possible. Like, literally anything's possible. So, Steven, they might do that.
Yeah, King Kong said
Darth Sidious,
11
I do
in
agree.
Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Yeah, that'd be funny.
And King King, I would like to see if you could make a Destroy All Monsters movie.
Yeah. I know there's someone kind of nicknamed that, the one with Behemoth going berserker mode. That someone kind of, I think, called that one of those episodes that.
Yeah, JMR, that's true too. It would have been cool if we could have saw more than one Kong. I was really hoping to see a flashback scene for sure, but that would be cool if they would. I mean, they did tease that his family was down there to him, so why not have him like look into a field and see like not like 1,000 Kongs, but like, at least maybe like one or two more.
Yeah, at least a family
that are related to him.
Yeah, and then Darth Sidious, said I heard they might bring Destroyer Gigan or Space Godzilla. I've seen some really interesting things about Space Godzilla in particular that I don't know what Space Godzilla is from the old movies. People can definitely tell me about that, and I'll probably look it up. But I just have seen some things about a Godzilla that comes from space with wings. It's basically just a Godzilla with wings, which sounds beyond awesome. That sounds really cool. If Godzilla was just down here on Earth, and then this Godzilla comes in with wings to fight him, that just sounds like an awesome matchup right there. So I'm definitely interested in that. And Destroya. Destroya sounds awesome.
So Darth Sidious says, "What's your favorite kaiju of all time?" I mean, I don't want to be boring, but I think as of right now, I'd probably have to go with Godzilla. But I think in the future, if they actually do something with this character, I think Behemoth could take over that spot because of how creative and how just cool that character is. Because obviously Godzilla is like the most well-known monster, I think, behind King Kong, if not like the back and forth between those two. Even though they did give Kong some awesome shots in that movie with the axe, like pounding his chest, with that when he was taking over the battle in that one scene.
Yeah.
But I definitely go with Godzilla #1 for me, and then Behemoth and Kong right there behind him. And I think Behemoth could easily take over that #1 spot if they decide to evolve with his character and actually give him some actual screen time and not a quick news shot of destroying some buildings with his tusk. Now, does he have one tusk going forward?
It'll probably grow back. I mean, in the lore, he gets injured.
One can be small, must be giant.
Well, it'll probably grow back. I mean, as of right now, it broke off. In that picture I saw, it broke off like basically in half in that battle. Yeah, but it'll grow back.
And also, JMR, I definitely think Mechagodzilla would shred all the Jaegers combined.
Well, yeah, but so my favorite monster of all time was my favorite monster, Kaiju. So you probably can already guess this if you guys have watched the channel for a while. People call me a Mega Kaiju fanboy, but my favorite Kaiju at this point is the Mega Kaiju still. There are a lot of great Kaiju in these movies. I mean, Godzilla and Kong are awesome. Mechagodzilla was really cool with a great reveal scene. But I really like the Pacific Rim movies. I like all these movies, but the Mega Kaiju in particular is still just such an awesome design. And I still would say it's my favorite Kaiju at this moment. There's a lot of cool monsters, and the top ones are almost even. But I really like Kong. Kong was really good in Godzilla vs. Kong. There's no doubt. I'm not saying I don't hate any monsters, so it's pretty level where all these are. But I still would say that Mega Kaiju is my favorite Kaiju at this time. So that is my favorite Kaiju at this moment.
Look at that comment from Stephen Farrow.
Stephen Farrow. Yes, Stephen Farrow. One slap from Mega Godzilla would erase or send the entire Pacific Rim universe out of the Milky Way count. Again.
I think Steven, you should agree with me. Well, wait a second.
Again.
I thought Steven I do agree with Steven, but when I said before that Godzilla was the most powerful...
Well, no, because you're talking about
fine. Because it's not even close, and then you make that comment.
Yeah, no.
That's about Jaegers, so...
I feel like I'm really fighting my own battle here, because I usually defend the Pacific Rim universe, and there are people that... I'm usually making these Pacific Rim matchups versus Monsterverse, and some people just don't even give them the light of day.
And JMR, I agree. I want that crossover to happen.
And through my weight video and everything else, I really don't think they're that far apart. I mean, I think that Godzilla, Kong, some of these top Kaijus would beat most Jaegers. But I really don't think the Jaegers and Kaijus from the Pacific Rim universe are that far off. I really don't think that. But hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, a lot of people think Monsterverse would destroy them. I think some situations, yeah, some situations, no, though. But then, let's see. JMR, Kong #1. And Kong is definitely really good. Darth Sidious, Stephen Farrow, true that. JMR crossover, anyone?
Sulam.
Yeah.
Assis.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I know a lot of international people that I try to respond to a lot. I wish there was a copy-paste feature in the comments so I could copy-paste comments in another language and then respond really quick, but you have to type them out separately, and that's what makes it so annoying. Wish there was some copy paste feature, but
says pretty means I've lost. So Kong, I lost.
So Kong lost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Kong did.
So you're
lose.
right. Kong did lose a battle overall, and he did bow at the end, in my mind.
Okay, he did not bow, but yeah. Now that we have Jake on the stream, why don't we just cover that last, then we'll wrap the stream up. Jake thinks that Kong bowed at the end of the movie. You can let us know, whoever's in the chat right now. You should type in saying whether Kong bowed at the end of the movie. In the video we made, a lot of people said Kong did not bow, but Jake believes he did bow in the end of Godzilla vs.
When I say bowed, obviously I'm not denying that there wasn't mutual respect. Obviously, Godzilla better have respect, and he saved his life. But I'm just saying that at the end, when Godzilla looked at him, in my mind, I saw him saying, like, because he was holding the axe still. He said, and I agree, they do respect each other. But Godzilla said, "Drop that axe, or else we're gonna go down again, throw down again right now." And Kong was like, "Okay, I'll drop the axe. We're not gonna fight right now. We just combined and helped defeat a bigger force." But like that was in my mind, him dropping the axe, saying like, "You know what? Oh, yeah, I did lose to you in a battle, and you are the king of the monsters right now." And I'm not saying he took a knee, but that's basically what he did for the most part. Like he did submit again and say like, "You are in charge." I was hoping. I still wish they would have given a scene where Kong or Godzilla walked over and helped Kong stand up with like he like reached his arm out and like pulled him up.
Yeah, they say bros.
I wanted to see that. They say bros, but I wanted to see that and have more of a mutual respect there. But in my mind, like Godzilla aggressively roars across like an area at him, and Kong. Like,
how does he not aggressively do? That's all he does.
I know. But Kong just, in my mind, dropping the axe is 100% submitting. What else is it? What else is it? Besides saying that yes, you do respect each other, and we don't need to fight anymore right now, but it's in my mind he bowed. You guys can all disagree with me, but that's my opinion.
So let me,
I'm entitled to my own opinion.
You are entitled. I love that you have your own opinion. I often love it. But okay, so basically Godzilla stares off with Kong at the end. Kong's holding the axe, which the axe is literally just to fight. So Godzilla, it would be the equivalent of Godzilla having his atomic breath ready to go, and he turns his atomic breath off. He stares off. He's like, "Let's end this crap. Let's stop fighting." So it's like it's like let's get into this crap. He drops the axe, and that signifies that they're not fighting. But he stands up. He's still standing with him, and so that's what happened. They're still standing. He growls because Godzilla can't do anything else. Godzilla can't go give like a quiet growl. He's gonna nod. Like have the quietest growl and just run away.
He just laughed and smiled before. Why didn't he just smile and be like?
That's true. We could get into that. But he's not gonna laugh in that moment. So
he's like, smile and be like,
"Let's end this crap. Put the axe down. All right, I'm out of here. Later, I'm out of here." And so then Godzilla,
you figure this crap out. Godzilla, get that out of here.
Yeah, it's like no.
Come in this hour of the night. Come on, shut the.
So Godzilla just hit the road, went in the water, and that was it.
Come over this hour. Start a bunch of bull crap.
But I see who's the one who said their favorite monster is
Stephen Farrow.
Something.
Redosaurus.
Yeah. So this is the one that he said this is his favorite monster. I've not heard of this monster. Again, this is whoa, it's a bad glare. But hopefully you can see it a little bit. This is the Stephen Farrow's favorite monster. I've not seen that one before, but it definitely looks cool now that I'm looking at it. See, this is like a figure of it. That's a pretty cool figure. But
yeah, that's a good point too, J. Marv. They could give us dialogue for that. That's why when Kong was doing sign language, it's pretty cool. You actually understand what they were saying. But I won't be surprised if they do that in the future, where you actually do give captions or closed captions for the kaiju.
Yeah, I mean
they've already done that basically. I remember when Kong was saying he is the enemy. Like that was really cool to hear him talking.
No, that was really essential. I mean, if you ask me, that was really essential.
Godzilla tries to do a tail up and he grabs his tail and says no. Godzilla pulls a Luca, or he's astonished.
Well, I mean, yeah, I really do think that people didn't like the sign language thing. Some people I saw, but I really thought that was essential to the plot, because how else do you have Godzilla and Kong going at each other's throats and then randomly fighting with each other? That was a really good way of having Kong deny that he wanted to help Godzilla at first. He's like, "No, F that. He was just killing me." To then going into them working together. I thought that was really good. And Godzilla laughing, I thought was, I don't know how I feel about that. Godzilla laughing was a little weird. But not weird, but it was a little scary.
Cool.
I mean, Godzilla laughing, I didn't even notice the first time I watched it. But
Mechagodzilla says, "Take your stinging pop and you dang dirty."
Yeah, I know.
And then you got Kong and builds up and just means, you know, how loud that note would have been.
Yeah, I don't know about Kong speaking. I really like the sign language thing. I don't know how I feel about Kong speaking. I don't know how I feel about that.
Sign language, then
sign language
have him flip Godzilla off as he's walking in the ocean.
Yeah, no.
They just pop his shoulder out about just being to kill him.
Well, there's a joke of when Godzilla's walking to. There's some joke animation where Godzilla's walking the ocean, Kong flips him off, and Godzilla turns around and he's stuck. But yeah, that. Okay, let me see here. So Jamar, Kong did not bow. Oh shoot, wait. All right, so Darth Sidious, they respected each other. Stephen Farrow, Kong didn't bow. Darth Sidious, but Kong knew...
Your audience here is going to agree with you.
But Darth Sidious said, but Kong knew he would lose if they won again. Jamar, Kong did not bow, but he showed respect. He was ready to fight when Godzilla showed up. King, I almost say King Kong. 11 versus Darth Vader. That'd be an interesting fight, but I think Darth Vader probably has that one. Franz says Mechagodzilla most powerful kaiju. So Franz is on your side.
Thank you, Franz.
I wish they used dialogue for the monsters. I always talk about that. Christian, that is the beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Okay,
so
okay. And then Steven, what is your favorite Godzilla villain? Favorite Godzilla villain? That's tough. It's either King Ghidorah or Mechagodzilla. I mean, I really...
Definitely King Ghidorah right now.
The Mooners are really cool, but I do think it has to be King Ghidorah.
Even Mechagodzilla's pretty good.
Mechagodzilla's really cool. His reveal was awesome. I think his reveal might have been better than King Ghidorah, but King Ghidorah with the storm is just too cool. And the different heads, it's got to go to King Ghidorah.
I think the MonsterVerse definitely takes that battle for right now.
Yeah.
You throw all the
MonsterVerse.
It says Pacific Rim versus MonsterVerse.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing that, having them all lined up, because we really don't know how that would go. But
I do think the Mechagodzilla roar was amazing too when they did that scene when he roared. For the first time.
It was awesome. Yeah, and that's what makes me lean towards maybe Mechagodzilla being.
It was close. It was close to the King Ghidorah roar, his main one when he had his wings out and it like echoed a few times.
Yeah, I think that was especially cool because he was waking up all the monsters. But that Mechagodzilla reveal, that's one of the best reveals. That's up there with Mega Kaiju because I think the Mega Kaiju reveal is just beyond awesome. The Godzilla ones in 2014 are amazing, but. That Mechagodzilla one, I might do a video of best monster reveals because that one in particular was really cool. Mechagodzilla's reveal was one of the best, if not the best reveals. I think it's up there with Mega Kaiju and Godzilla 2014. And King, if it was going to be Destroy All Monsters, if I make one, how you think it will end? Well, Destroy All Monsters, that could end a lot of ways. I mean, it's almost too big to even think about. You got ready. Stan Farrow, King, it will end with all the monsters dying. No, I'm just kidding. Well, a lot would die. You got Mechagodzilla's theme. You might not even be able to hear it. Watch it just strike down for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Wait. All of a sudden, Bang walks in. Shut it down. We're done.
Yeah, no, that's it. We're done. Shut up.
If you're going to give us
First the door.
You screen it, you shut out. You can't do that. But no, you kick the door and said, "Oh, see, we're done." Shut up.
All right, Jake. All right. So, no, thank you, though, for everyone who tuned in to the live stream. We started a little early. By a little early, yeah, we started like 30, 40 minutes early. I definitely appreciate everyone who joined. I'm going to try to do more of these, try to do a weekly live stream, different topics. Make sure you recommend topics in the comments. If there's something new, just post in the comments, say, hey, cover this week, and then we can definitely cover that.
And really quick, Christian's comment, what happened to his battle axe after Godzilla swam away? I'm sure he picked it up and brought it with him to the Hollow Earth. I thought he just left it there.
So that's the interesting thing. In Hollow Earth, in that main throne room, that's a bunch of different Kong axes, right? In that center thing.
Probably was more than just one.
I think there was like 50 of them, all circling.
Yeah.
Which was really crazy. That just sets up so many things. I mean, I would love to see...
pigeon bat things.
Yeah. I would love to see 4 or 5, the Kong family, all with different axes going to battle. Or even if Kong was able to pick up 2 axes at the same time and start swinging them around like Thor, that would be amazing.
Poison Okoye.
Oh, yeah, he's spinning them around.
So now for the MonsterVerse intro, they just show Kong doing that.
He ties 2 of them together. That'd be awesome. But all right, so thank you once again, everyone who joined the live stream. This will be posted after, so you can go through and see it. I'll try to timestamp the different topics. We jumped around to a lot of different things. We focused on 2 main topics. But as I said, make sure you recommend in the comments down below in any of the other videos we do, the versus videos and movie reviews, different topics we should cover in these live streams. Try to do one a week, along with the versus videos, the videos we already do. But thank you everyone for joining, and JBA, thank you, I appreciate it. And everyone else, Franz, Steven, Darcidius, King, Jamar, hope I didn't forget anyone. I think that was everyone in today. I think there's King Kong. There was King Kong. Hopefully, if it was King the whole time, I think I just messed it up because I was calling him.
There's one last matchup.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, Darcidius was fun. Yeah, thank you, Darcidius. It was definitely fun. War Machine Ritter versus Mecha Godzilla.
I mean, if he can glitch through Mecha Godzilla, then I think he can possibly take that on.
All right, so yeah, make sure you check out if you want to see us playing basketball, check out JB.
There's a War Machine on that channel.
Make sure if you're interested to see us play basketball, go over and check out JBA. Maybe don't. All right, but we have a lot of different channels. But you want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining though.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching, guys. Definitely, this is the start of a weekly live stream every week.
Mecha Godzilla beat Jordan.
Well, I don't know. We'll see about that one, but we'll just see that video. It just ends with the camera with Mecha Godzilla getting taken out. You see his hand. Cover the camera.
If you want to see who Jordan is, get a JBA.
You could actually time up his block and just have it look like he actually gets pushed to the side. You can probably do that.
Alright,
but anyways, though, I mean, I think you can definitely pull it off. But anyways, though, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.